Hey everybody, what's up? You probably noticed that last week I posted a backpacking video instead of a week 2, I just dropped something, a week 2 update on how my little last 60 days before I hit my year mark went. And really what happened was 2 things. One, I continue to struggle recovering from COVID, and so my clips that I had recorded were a little bit intermittent, a little bit sparse, but I did a pretty dang good job of documenting my food, my walks, my struggles, all of that. It was a little choppy, but last weekend on Friday, I had to do a factory reset on my phone, and I didn't double check to see if all of my footage and videos and all of that had uploaded to Google Photos. Basically, I lost all my footage for the last 2 weeks, except for a couple pictures of steak and a couple videos of me going on my morning walks. So that's why I just decided, okay, I'm just gonna post my backpacking video, and then in the next week, I will just pick up with week 4. So the other problem is that I stopped doing the actual checking off of what I did. Now, I have not been perfect. I will come clean. I have not been perfect with every single thing, but I have been perfect with drinking my water, and I would say dang near perfect with fasting. And I had sugar a couple days. I did have sugar on my backpacking trip because if you didn't watch that video, I didn't pack matches or a lighter. So I wasn't able to eat any of the meat that I brought. And we had goldfish crackers, saltwater taffy, granola bars, and cold cereal. I could have fasted, but I didn't. So I ate carbs and sugar on that particular day. But to give you a little bit of a reference point, my husband's Fitbit told him that he earned 260 something active zone minutes on the hike back up to our car. And the goal for the day is 22. So he earned 260 something in one day, and both of us shoot to earn at least 22. The most either of us have ever earned in a day is 170 or something like that. And that was walking multiple times, jogging, all that sort of stuff. So it was very intense physically, but it was awesome. I'm still so excited just thinking about that trip and planning our next one. So anyway, it was really good, but I did have sugar that day. The fasting is going great. I would say in general, not having sugar is going great. My tastes have really changed. I've gone from having a sweet tooth my whole life until after surgery, I was kind of going back to the sugar out of an old habit, but I don't really crave it. I don't think about it. I don't miss it. I'm not going around wanting sugar, but I am still struggling with having probably okay, what am I trying to say? I've had a problem with munching a little bite here, a little bite there, a little bite here. That's been an issue ever since I've ever tried to start losing weight. Oh, I'll just have a little bit of this. Oh, just one taste. I don't know why it doesn't feel as I don't know. I don't want to say bad, but it doesn't feel as bad if I have one bite and then an hour later it's I forgot that I had that one bite, so then I've had 2 bites, and then an hour later I forget, and then I've had 3 bites, and then, well, I may as well just had a whole serving. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still struggling with that. I'm still trying to figure out what is triggering that, how to deal with that, how to catch myself in that moment. So I'm working on that. I'm still, I was able to get most of my walks in the last week, and I was finally able to get up and go in the morning twice last week. I just got done walking. I had to walk in the evening, so I got my walk in, but getting 15,000 steps is a little bit much for me still getting over COVID. So that goal, I have just had to kind of say, I'm getting as many steps as I can. I can only push myself so hard given how much time I have alone, how hot it is. It was 106 or 107 today. I don't remember. But it's been in the hundreds. And so if I don't go first thing in the morning, a lot of times it's too hot for me to go in the evening. And so then I'm on the treadmill. Like Friday, I had almost 30,000 steps because I walked in the morning. And on Thursday, I had walked in the morning and I walked on the treadmill. So like I have days where I'm like full of more energy and I'm able to get all those steps. But hitting 15,000 every single day is a little bit much for what energy I have in my tank. And I don't think it's beneficial at all to push myself just to get an extra 3,000 steps when my body is still recovering from COVID. I have had a really hard time getting over the COVID, the fatigue. This is the first week that I'm not coughing and congested still, but the headaches and the depression that I have experienced has been pretty severe. So I'm just still trying to figure all of that out. The nighttime snacking, I have not been very great about that. That's like 50-50. So water is good, walking is good, fasting is good, eating after dinner time has been so-so. So I still need to work on that. Not having sugar has been like very consistent, and getting my 15,000 steps, I'm having to pull back a little bit. So today was a great day. I had almost, 3/4 of a gallon of water today. I can tell I'm still dehydrated from my hike. So kind of getting the hydration back. This is the 4th week after I decided to start tracking and setting these goals. And like I said in my first video, this is for me. This is for me to figure out where my holes are. And this has been eye-opening, and that's the whole point. It's not necessarily to be perfect for a vlog or to be, perfect and be like, look what I did. I was perfect. I followed a checklist. No. It is really to find the holes where I, still have weaknesses, where I haven't set up a chain of events that leads to me consistently doing the same thing in every situation. I'm a really big fan of the idea of the atomic habits, where you have to remove all the barriers. You can set a goal, but really you have to remove the barriers. And so this first month has really been more about removing the barriers, figuring out what's too hard for me to get over, to get to, doing the actions that will lead me to my goals. So this has been really good for me, even though I am notorious for forgetting to do things like check off my list, or even forgetting what my goal is. It's just something I struggle with. My ADD brain can totally forget about something, or it can hyper focus on something. So I can get really hyper focused on setting these goals, making the checklist, getting excited about it, thinking about what I want to do, and then I'm really into it, and then I just lose interest in the whole details of it. It's just how my brain works. But anyway, okay, I've rambled on and on kind of long enough, so we will see how I do for the remainder of this